Hello, I'm Jenny Kovacs, and on this week's video I want to address something that has come up for a lot of people that I've spoken to already this week. First of all, it came up for me, it came up for my clients, and it's also come up for a lot of friends that I've spoken to. And this is about how to deal with or overcome disappointment. Now, some of you who are in my community may know that I had a rather unsuccessful trip to Ecuador very recently, in that I got there but I didn't get into the country. That's probably a story for another time in another video, but I just wanted to shoot this video, and as you can hear, I'm out in nature and there is some building work going on, so you might hear a few clangs and clinks, but I wanted to share this with you because I just felt that it was so useful. And my premise is, if it's useful for me and useful for my clients and useful for my friends, it's also useful for you too. So, how to overcome disappointment? Well, one of the first things I noticed with my own disappointment, you may have heard of like the bell curve or the grief curve, and I've got my notes here, so if I'm looking away, I just want to make sure that I cover this. So, it talks about 5 different stages. So one's denial, then anger, then bargaining, then depression, then acceptance. Now, this is by Elizabeth Kubler-Ross, and some people have since gone on to dispute some of the facts that she found, but I wanted to really connect with how that played out for me. So whatever your disappointment is, just know that you're likely to go through those range of emotions. There's no one correct period of time to go through them. The denial, the anger, the bargaining, the depression, or the acceptance can last as little as a few seconds to as long as a few days. There's no right or wrong in how you deal with it. So my first tip, I guess, in overcoming disappointment is to allow yourself to be and to feel exactly how you need to be or feel at any given time. If you feel denial, how it came up for me recently, and I remember this distinctly, when I first realised what was going on, there wasn't a lot of communication with what was happening. And I remember just kind of saying, first of all to myself and then actually out loud, in a minute I'm going to wake up and I'm just going to be telling everybody about the strangest dream that I've just had. That was one form of denial, is this really happening? And that can take many forms. Then there was anger, why is this happening to me? What have I done wrong? I don't deserve this, and anger at the people that were kind of restraining me, containing me. But for you, it might be something else or someone else. It might be anger at what they did or didn't do. It might be anger at the situation. It might even be anger directed at yourself. Either way, whatever emotion it is you're feeling, allow yourself to feel the emotion. This is really, really important. Don't try and stuff it down. The next thing is to go with your gut. Now, it's funny, I often talk to my friends and close circle in my mastermind, and again about signs. So I often talk about signs, and one of the lessons I seem to be learning is not just about signs, but also about not making a sign good or bad, right or wrong, go or stop. So go with your gut, because usually if it feels good to do it in your gut, it usually is good to do. But if it doesn't feel so great, it doesn't mean that it's wrong or bad or not right or that you shouldn't do the thing. It often just indicates that there's something to pay attention to, something to take care of. If you want to go and blow all of your money on a big drinking binge and getting dressed up and going into the big city, and you've got a funny feeling about it, the sign might not be not to do it. It could be, but it might be not to do it. It might actually be something like, can you really afford to do that now? It could be, is this the best way of honouring your health to do this now? Or is now the best time for you to go out and do this thing? It could be, you can do it, not now, maybe later, maybe another time's more suitable. So pay attention to the signs and what that's showing you, because that's also really important as well. And now they've started working next door, but I'm going to carry on. So finally, the most important question to ask yourself is this. Let's see if I can turn around to avoid the noise. So the next question would be this. Ask yourself this very, very precise, specific question. And that question is, what would I do differently next time? Not what would I do better or what would I change, but what would I do differently next time? That's it. So as this video ends, I'd love you just to sit and think about a disappointment that you've recently overcome or maybe going through, and ask yourself that last question: what would I do differently next time? Take pen and paper and write down 10 things that you would do differently next time. Don't make any judgments on them, don't make them right or wrong. Just go to this reflective phase. So I've been Jenny Kovacs of Gift Wish. This is a rather unusual video. Usually I speak a lot about visibility and the vibe, but this one was really, really important to me that I got this out there for you. So please post a comment under this video and subscribe to hear more about how you can get out there in your life, whether you speak, whether you're a career person, or whether you're a business owner that wants to get your products, message and services out there. Until the next video, bye for now.